Hi, there are a lot of options out there for making holes in sheet metal, so today we'll be doing a comparison of the many tools available for hole punching in the studio. Okay, so our first tool option is hole punching pliers. These pliers run about $10 or $11 a piece, and generally they make 1.5 or 1.8 millimeter holes. Those are perfect for attaching things with jump rings, but they'll probably be a little too small for riveting. Okay, so to use these pliers, you're a little bit limited by the length of the neck on the plier, so you'll need to work kind of close to an edge. But you just squeeze, and you'll hear it and feel it kind of punch through the metal. And the thing that's most tricky about this tool and the next tool we'll show you is that it's a little hard to get your metal off of the pliers. Sometimes it sticks a little bit and you may need to use a rag or a plier to kind of pull it off. Punch pliers are effective up to 18 gauge thickness, though you'll find it's harder and harder the thicker the metal. Okay, your next option will be screw punches. Screw punches run about $10 to $20 a piece, and they're available in a wide variety of sizes for different size holes. In general, you can make larger holes with screw punches, so they're really used frequently by people making rivets. Just like with the punch pliers, you can find that the punches get dull and need to be replaced after a while. So to use a screw punch, you take your piece of metal, you insert it in the punch, and you'll want to tighten it down part way and then work on final placement. You kind of need to look from the side to get the hole exactly where you want it. And one of the tricky things about screw punches is that it's kind of hard to grip your metal while you're punching. So you may want to have a rag handy or use the corner of your work apron to help you. So we'll see as I crank down. You'll feel it start to resist you more as you're punching through the metal. And then it'll get a lot easier once you reach through the other side. Okay, so then to release your metal, you unscrew. And again, sometimes your metal can get stuck just a little bit. So you may need to wiggle it free or grab a pair of pliers to yank it the rest of the way. Your third option is a flex shaft. And a flex shaft is a truly indispensable tool in the studio. You can use it for a lot of things other than drilling holes. But today we're just going to cover drilling. So you need a few things in addition to your flex shaft, which we'll go over in just a moment. A basic flex shaft is going to cost you about $90. But if you're in the studio a lot, you may want to consider a more professional grade flex shaft such as a Fordham, which can run you between $300 to $500. But believe me, it's well worth the money in the savings and the quality of the work that you're going to see with a tool like this. Okay, so flex shafts offer you ultimate flexibility in the placement of your hole. You can set a divot anywhere in your sheet metal so you aren't constrained by your distance from the edge of the sheet. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is put on our safety glasses. You always want to wear glasses with a rotary tool because bits of metal and dust will go flying. And then you're going to use your center punch. This tool just sets a divot in your sheet metal so that when you start drilling, your bit doesn't kind of skitter off to the side. It goes right where you want it to. Okay, so I decide where my hole is. I use my center punch to create a divot. I already have my drill bit in my flex shaft. Then I'm going to pick this up and put a little bit of cut lube on the drill just to make drilling a little bit easier. Now down below you can't see in the shot, but I'm going to compress the foot pedal down here to make the drill bit start to spin. But I don't want to do that until I have it firmly in place on the metal. You never want to start drilling up here and then try and bring it down. You set it firmly in place, drill, and just press slightly to punch through. All right, and there you go. Okay, our last option is the jumbo hand punch. This tool runs about $36 and it's used for making larger holes that range from about 2.2 millimeters all the way up to 1/4 inch. So you may use this for some larger rivets or different types of cold connections or design elements in your sheet metal. Okay, this tool is in a case right here. It comes in this hard plastic case and it comes with a variety of bits that you can switch out in the jaws of the plier. It's a little bit heavy, so you'll need to kind of set it down as you're working. The bits go in place down here, and then there's this measurement guide that allows you to adjust the neck length for working in from the edge of your metal. So if you want to consistently place holes 1 inch from the edge, for example, we can set that here and be able to use that as a guide as we're punching through the metal. Okay, I have the smallest 1/32 of an inch bit in place, which is about 2.2 millimeters. So I'm going to get this set up to make my hole. Because this tool is so heavy, you'll want to brace it against a table to hold it still. My hands just aren't strong enough to do it up in the air. And then kind of like the screw punch, you need to work in from the side and kind of look at exactly where your hole is going to end up. So you put a little bit of pressure to make sure that metal isn't going to scoot, and then you'll want to push down and punch through. Okay, and again, you need a little bit of leverage to get that off of the bit. And there you go. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to check out halsteadbead.com for all of the tools you saw featured in today's video.